Hey, what's up, Ayo Steezy? It's your boy Ayo. Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Ayo Steezy. Um, did I do that right the second time? Anyway, I'm just gonna restart. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Ayo Steezy back at again with the messing up the intros. Today we are playing Domination on Shipment, the old map in Call of Duty 4, the old Shipment with all them containers and stuff. Almost forgot. I forgot that I mentioned that was Domination. Anyway, whatever. Today we are going to be talking about Optic Gaming and their roster change and how people are reacting about it. Because, like, in my opinion, a lot of people. I'm not gonna say they're reacting the wrong way. They're not. I don't like their views and their points kind of are a little whack, and I don't know. I'm gonna describe on what my opinion is of it and what everyone else should be thinking, kind of pretty much. I'm not saying I'm a cute I am a fan of Optic Gaming, but I've been following them for a long time now, like way back in the days of like Call of Duty. I was gonna say Call of Duty 4, but no, like Call of Duty Black Ops. Back when Big Timer was playing competitively for them, and when he was really good at competitive, and then he got kind of washed out, and he retired. But everyone is. I'm not gonna say overreacting, because everyone's not really overreacting. Everyone has a different opinion. I get that. But a lot of people are like in so many videos I've watched about the Optic Gaming roster, all the comments are filled with such hate and like everyone. Like I get everyone's got different opinions, but there's such hate in those comments. So I'm just gonna voice out my opinion and see if I can change any of your opinions or anything. So everyone is saying an era has ended, like a dynasty. Yes and no. Yes, because they were the four greatest players of all time in Call of Duty. You have Formal, Crimstick, Scumpy, and Karma. Each one of them had amazing individual skill, and in previous Call of Duty titles, each of them have been outstanding and have won championships, and they live up to their name. That's what I'm trying to say. But when they're all together on one team, I don't believe they worked as well as they could have. Like the chemistry wasn't there, which is why they split up, as most of you probably know. And if no one knows what happened to Optic Gaming, let me just give you guys a quick rundown. So, pretty much, this past roster mania, is that how you pronounce it? Roster mania, whatever. Anyway, this past they kind of have like a little trade deadline, I guess you could say, in Call of Duty. And Optic traded away, or not traded, yeah, they traded away Formal for Octane, and and Karma, I want to say he kind of retired, but he didn't really retire. He stepped down from Optic Gaming, and he's just going to focus on his YouTube now, and he's just going to focus on himself and creating content and taking a break from Call of Duty World War II, because he was not a big fan of the game, so he's not going to be doing competitive anymore for the rest of the season, I believe. And so yeah, so Karma stepped down and he's just focusing on himself and making content. Formal got traded to Luminosity, hopefully I said that right, for Octane. So now the new Optic team is Scumpy, Crimsix, Octane, and Methods. And not a lot of people, but a few of you mentioned that why did they choose Methods, because back in Call of Duty Ghosts, Methods was one of the person that tried to boycott Optic Gaming because of how Optic's gaming following has always been huge, and back in Ghosts when they weren't winning every championship, they still had a huge following, and some of the competitive players around the league wanted to boycott Optic Gaming because they weren't an event winning team, but they had a huge following, so people didn't want to scrim them anymore. So there was people like Methods who kind of led this little boycott thing. I don't know what you call it, but anyway, people weren't scrimming Optic Gaming because of how big their following was and how they weren't matching everyone else in the skill level, if that makes any sense. and Methods was the guy that was kind of not running it, but he was one of the people that were more persistent in it. So a lot of people were confused why Optic picked up Methods for that reason. But I haven't been following Methods, but I've heard his name around the COD community for a few years now, and I feel like he's a great pickup. I mean, he's not permanent right now, and he definitely wasn't their first choice. I think they were trying to get. I'm gonna be wrong, but I'm gonna guess they were trying to get they were trying to get Zuma or John or someone else like that. I'm not really sure on what the details were again. Like I did know at one point, but it slipped my mind. And so they were for sure gonna pick up Octane, which they did do. They traded him for Formal, and that trade is an amazing trade in my opinion. Like, don't get me wrong, Formal, he's an amazing player and he'll do great things for Luminosity Gaming, but they just didn't click well, and they didn't have good chemistry while all the 4 players were in Optic. By that I mean Karma, Crim6, Seth, or I mean Scum, and Formal. Like, again, they were amazing players individually, but they just couldn't click and make wins happen. Like, out of 3 COD championships, they won 1 of them, and that's saying a lot. And teams, like, roster changes happen not very often, but they happen. It's just the way it goes. Like, if you're talking about pro sports, pro teams make trades all the time. Like, everyone is so sad that these 4 broke up. Yes, they're all great players, but they did not work great together. They had a lot of chemistry problems. Like, Formal and Scumpy always butt heads. I'm not gonna say because of egos, but I mean that's kind of what it was. And Karma and Scumpy didn't have a great relationship going. I mean, outside of Call of Duty, I don't know how things are. I don't know if they're great friends. I don't know if they are friends still, but I mean, I'm sure they don't hate each other. They just, Call of Duty wise, they couldn't work together and they didn't have the best chemistry. And things just didn't work out for them. Hold on one second. Turn off Matt. So yeah, so that's why they broke up. They had bad chemistry and they were arguing a lot. And the main thing was they weren't winning championships. I mean, they did win 1 championship, but 1 out of 3, you know. Everyone expected more from Obzy Gaming. And especially this year for events, don't repeat what I say. I don't know what I'm really trying to say with that, but I don't believe they've won very many events this year for Call of Duty World War II. I could be wrong, but I don't think they have. They for sure earned a lot of money over these past 3 years as being a team, but they haven't been winning the major tournaments. And as Scump said in the Vision episode that I'm gonna guess Hitch made it. I'm not sure who made it. Like, I know who made it, I just don't know what his name is. Because I mean, I follow Optic Gaming, but I'm not like watching them every single day, you know. I just every once in a while I'll pop into a video of Optic Gaming. But in the Vision episode, Scumpy said that every time they won a major event or every time they won a LAN, it pushed all these bad feelings away and it kind of reset it a little bit. But then as they started losing more and losing events more like often, all the bad chemistry and stuff just came back up and it hit a boiling point. So they had to change it up. And again, they are 4 amazing players. Like, I don't want to say the best out of all time, but I mean I can't say that. But they just don't work good or well together, so they have to make changes. So that is why they changed their roster. And again, everyone's saying an era or a dynasty has ended, but honestly, I mean, Optic has made tons of team changes in the past. Like, during Call of Duty Ghosts, they had so many different people on their roster, and like, I don't know, just they were 4 fantastic players, but a dynasty? I mean, they won 1 out of 3 COD champs. Again, I don't think I'll ever be able to win a COD champs. I am not that good. I'm not as good at, like, they are all better than me, of course. But a dynasty, and like, don't get me wrong, they were a dynasty, but they didn't win every single tournament. And I know that's expecting like a lot out of people, but I feel like people are getting way too salty and too caught up in the old roster. Like, yes, they were good, but they had bad chemistry and they weren't clicking and they just weren't winning major events. Now their new roster, Methods, Octane, Scumpy, and Crimsix. That's a roster people are gonna have to look out for. I mean, they've been scrimming, they've been winning most of their scrims lately with the new roster. But again, they're just scrims and they're not major events, you don't know. But I feel like after Call of Duty World War II ends, they're gonna be dropping Methods and trying to pick up someone they can once they're eligible. Because again, Methods wasn't their first choice. They just ran into roster problems, or not optics, but they ran into problems with other teams. And, you know, Call of Duty politics, kind of stuff that I don't really know. But yeah, I mean, this new team, if they can click and have good chemistry, I don't know, man. It's gonna be a new dynasty. You guys everyone has been too salty over this past team that you guys just have to like learn to accept change. Change is needed in Optic Gaming right now, and this video is coming to an end. Thank you all for tuning in and watching. It's your boy Steezy. Hope you